pushing, yeah, we gotta speed it up. Our flakes is that no one can keep it up. Increase the speed, cause the world is at our feet. Create and execute, cause the world is at our feet. Cause the world is at our feet.
It is TV powered by World Sports Betting. Orlando Pirates 0, Mamelodi Sundowns 2 e-Orlando Stadium. Ezibhlungu azipheli kuba ngaba ubungumlandeli wamabhokobhoko apha ekuseni yokhumbula into yoba sibhaxabulo kanobom ze-All Blacks nangona ke bengumdlalo noko ompondo hlanjwe bebonakele into yoba bazintshatheli zehlabathi kodwa kasabethwa ke ngamanqaku amabini apho sithi nxe kodwa zamele ke amadoda amakhulu uJoseph Makhan ndithi Tsovulakaza uDukuduku Makhan our analyst is always something very interesting that you mentioned last week about in numerical advantage of Sundowns. I think teams have not picked it up yet. The idea that you have Rivaldo Kotsie and Andile JALI plus an additional person who is either Uthemba ZWANE or today variation being Uthemba ZWANE and Erasmus, one of the other coming in, and then that was overwhelming the only two people, Goodman Mosile, no Mabasa. I thought that was a very intriguing tactical thing. What did you make of the match?
Yeah, greetings to viewership Kuleo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the way Sundowns very approach, they never change approach.
Yeah.
They never change approach, but they can change our personals. So it means we're talking about our players. They know okay. Whenever we want a certain maybe dynamic in terms of our tactics, this is what we introduce. You check manje ba keep Sirino from last game, ba keep Sirino ba Buselo Kutumela. Why ba keep Kutumela ba faku Kutumela namhlanje? It meant they knew begne whole ukuthi Pirates so ishiya ngaku right hand side whereby umark all the time hey usoloka yaphambili so it means ukutumele say right forward, he'll be able to exploit the very same space ukuthi umark yashiya. Then you look at the approach ye game from Pirates. First half it was a matter ukuthi we needed ukuthi get numbers behind the ball so that at least we look better in terms of organization, but still a problem yami ukuthi have the right personnel in terms of balance ye player ne balance structure sakho, so whereby ukuthi now you know ukuthi whenever you are in position you will hit teams. So you look at the Pirates how they positioned ama players wabo, you having uZuka manje, you having uPule, you having uHoto, you having uMabasa phambili, you having uMusele, you having uMabaso la emidlini. So most of the time I'm in routes all the time. Bola malanga go left, you find wonke lama player. Pule all the time you find him ngaku left. Hoto you find him ngaku left. Yeah. So it becomes a problem in terms of element of creativity. Ngoba lama players lawo ayokishimele endaweni eyi-1, then from lapho kube ne problem in terms of creativity. Ngoba manje you've got somebody who you need to create for. You've got Umawasa, but if you check how many chances do they create for him, then kuba even the problem. Ngoba already attack it doesn't have balance in terms of attack. Most of my routes they were leading to the left hand side. So it meant ukuthi uSvuka manje he was left nowhere angazi ukuthi uyakuphi, whether is he playing as a middle fielder coming to attack or he's playing as a forward. So maybe they were hoping maybe was confused Sundowns, but Sundowns azange bas confuse bona ngoba it led to confusion ngoba manje ama players manje uphule noma ngaku right. You won't find the cross ngaku right ngoba you've got an intended target. So pule noma ngaku right all the time Melal Vale and hope ngoba the only movement ukuthi ba create the first half is when Ushandu went through, then he made a save nakhona. I mean if ever uye kula position, take a pull back, a cut back njengoba uShalula yenzile, we've got uMabasa lapha, try to find him so that you've got umuntu kumele identify ukuthi azokorela. You've got a striker, so which is something which we always complain about. They need to have out and out striker because of they don't have players who are figure boxing. Then you look at ama inroads futhi ukuthi abawayenzayo mabafike boxing. Mabafike boxing is only Mabasa kuphela. the other players are scattered all over because of why the positional also structuring my players are still balanced as well. Yeah. So it only a game of this magnitude, it was needed. You need to have a well organized team and a well structured team so that our players, they know they are rules. Once you put in our players according to my position now, according to my strengths now, already my roles which is something they still failing over manje. You look at the way lineup change coming to next week foot, it's going to be a change in lineup over manje. And Joab see Mabasa no Musel, they always found one thing. All the time they had a lot of space that we was covering. They were going from one side to the other. Because of Manje, Maupega projection structure sub. It was in a well balanced structure. So everybody was running back. Let me fill up the position so that at least Sundowns find it difficult. First half, Sundowns they found it difficult because of Manje. The circulation now poly rotation, it was very slow. It was very slow. So they couldn't find holes. But then it tells you about it dimension, how they change it dimension. Maybe after 5 minutes they change from equal as players they were trying to find spaces going forward. We are on attack, so they lost the position, the space le kutumela wakijimela kuso andilo mpase after moment transition was mpasa kuso kutumela took a run. I mean then umusele question umusele kuti why didn't you foul him get a foul so that we still have you recover then still score side not but after lapo then my season I'm playing over manje all the time. The structures are balancing. Everybody's found one thing, and you can see ne confident. I'm seeing a player sangadlali confident. I mean even my instruction in terms of amongst themselves, leadership.
Let me just touch on that because we are seeing multiple people standing up at Orlando Pirates, even beyond Ufadlu no Mandla. What do you make of that? Because I mean, you are an Orlando Pirates legend. Yeah. You've gone through a lot of different coaches. It's unusual to have this person giving instructions, and I'm sure it's a different instruction.
Then it tells you about the leadership. Leadership, it's like you've got somebody who's in command, who's in charge, who will set out my instruction and we follow my instructions. But even Naguma players, you can see there's a little bit of in terms of division, in terms of Nama playing personals. I mean, your body language it tells us what is happening as well. The way Baba it tells you the communication amongst Bona, team dynamics, they are not there in terms of my players what is it they needed to do in terms of against your win games. Then you look at second goal. I mean you check I'm always saying this thing whenever your team is in possession as a defender, first motion yako or you look around where's the striker, you find the striker, you identify the striker, you pick him tight so that should you lose possession then we can't be found one thing about. You look at Usa Franco, you look at Ushalulu, you look at Tyson no Chele. I mean they were found ball watching for getting our rules as much as we defend. First role yako you need to defend. So identify your man, know where your man is. Ngoba ushalulu vela sekavela ku right hand side no Safranco ngoba kumba kumako boy2. So mafia kumako lapha umako. I mean even a mismatch in a height aka match up so it meant ukuthi nje they were going to find themselves banga na ama answers.
Yeah, it looks like Sundowns are unstoppable. We keep on singing the same song every week. What is your main concern about how teams are approaching them? Because we were critical for Owen Takama. Owen will say he didn't have resources. Today we are critical of Omandla and Fadlu. They cannot make the excuse Yama resources born. Who do you see catching up with these guys now? I mean, they are already sprinting from the beginning. Last season they only lost one game, which is a record the whole season. they almost did not lose the whole season. This season, they are off to the races very quickly, and they are opening up a gap. It's probably a 3-point gap now with every other team after 5 matches.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. But if our teams are following the Pirates now, they can't match up to Sundowns. So who do we are we calling upon? They need to match up. You're looking at the Pirates, they need to match up in terms of equality. But from the lineup, it was a lineup that had imbalances, and we always put an emphasis with the lineup is still imbalanced, but they still continue. So in other games, you'll get away with it because of opposition and quality, they are less. Yeah. But in Guma games, they need you to be structured and organized. Then you will find yourself having our problems because you check Uzvuga Manjuti. Okay, Mombega is I don't know what to be number 10 or right. It's confusing even if you watch Ipetin structure right team. If you put in Uzugumanji, you're looking for a response. It is good. Also, there's a tactical maybe activity, yes. But then Uzugumanji is a type of player which he needs to make a late runs boxing over. He's sort of maybe a half striker, maybe number 10. Yes. So, but then you're playing against Sundowns, so it meant good magic. The very same player no to Zangayo, then ngoba usuka manje ngeke kuphe leyo number makumele kumakwe. So hence we found Umabasa no Musele, they were all over the show because of magic. There's movement, there's lots of movement around Bona. The very same players ababo pool and they needed to track back as well. They need to occupy my position. So they were found all the time deep with the opposition. Then when it's time to buy opposition half, I mean, you need to travel it distance to Fiangale. So that gets you tired. By the time you get the ball, already you are tired. So it means what? Impose yourself, impose your style, push the other team now into the ropes. Make them think you've got the players, you've got the playing personnel. Because of structure your team accordingly. Okay, we've got it 3. I mean, it's a simple organization. What we're talking about. If you're going for a triangle, you've got 2 defensive midfielder, then it's fine. Have somebody who link up na forward sako abuya azokala futhi move yake from la. But what is Pirates are trying to do, it tells you there's a bit of a dilemma in terms of disarrange in terms of our tactics. And they got away with it in Swalosi, they got away with it in cheaper. So it was a matter of time with the Batlan and the team with the structure is one of the weapons that Sundowns does very well. They continue keeping the ball and moving the ball into better position. Our players are move up better. So because of the intensity they had also again good game there to lift the intensity by making sure with our players once when I saw Krem with my Kutumele he's got this style of play. So it means there's a change in terms of playing personnel because of now. Also, the players and the coaches, they understand what is it that they need from our players in terms of tactical response, in terms of doing a field of players of Mabafaga, Franco Bafaga, no Shalule foot match. So it means now they are toying with your mind, good man. What's your response? We've put in 2 strikers now. How do you respond? So the teams they fail to respond. Kuma takes it on adapting to what Sundowns is trying to do. So it simply tells you teams need to come out and play and be dominant. Lose with something that at least we have practiced. I would hope at least they shouldn't score us. We can maybe get one and win the game.
All right, there you go. We're going to see a lot of this. It's still the beginning of the season. No one is imposing their will on Sundowns. No one is making him think. No one is asking them questions. They're marching on to the 5th league title in a row, which will be title number 12. Imagine, see, Farmers League, not Bayern Munich. Yeah, Babanike Tropas, Bayern Munich, say winning league title number 27 in a row. Juventus, 8 league titles in a row. It's like, can you watch this shit? Like, can you genuinely convince yourself, okay, this is a nice theater, so you book El Hashem, but you already know staring you already know Fantamus are at the end of the movie. Oh, Jackie Chan was at the end of the movie. It's like, nah, fuck this, I'm not gonna watch this. So please, guys, give them a challenge. give us something to talk about. It is TV, it is Times, and World Sports Betting. Thank you very much for watching us.